But in fact, it's equality, not equity, because as you pointed out, the type of knowledge that we're testing, even if you try to sort of broker it down and make it as reliable as possible, favors those who have books at home, whose parents are literate and have higher degrees, who can afford extra tutors, who can afford more expensive schools where maybe, things like class sizes and individual attention are different. So the whole question of meritocracy is tricky. The effort to create a system where every star can shine and every bird can fly, which is a beautiful vision, and that's important to want that. It translates into a system that doesn't necessarily do that. Now, don't forget, I'm not making absolute statements here, because someone who's really driven and someone who wants to change their life through academics and go on to become, maybe a scholar, I believe they can get there if they're placed in the right infrastructure and environment, and the opportunities are there. So that there is opportunity in education, but there can be so much more opportunity if we would just open our minds up a little bit. You walk into a so-called uneducated environment where literacy levels are low, where high school graduation rates are very low. Typically, sub-Saharan Africa is an example where we know that scores are low and literacy rates are low, and end of high school success rates are very low. And yet, of course, this is the youth of the future. 1 in 4 people will be African by 2050. So it's an interesting area to explore. In that environment, you see so much intelligence, so much in the way of human gifts, whether it be intrapersonal, interpersonal, even skills like analysis, which are so often translated into literacy-heavy assessments. You can feel them in conversations, in observations that people make. It's such a beautiful thing to see a person, a young person or an older person, manifest their intelligence. And it happens in all of these informal settings. And you think, wow, with the access to technology we have today, with all of the research that we've done around learning, we should be able to design something that can really capture intelligence outside of this heavily traditional and sociologically skewed model, which is the academic pathway. I'm like you. I've had a very academic background. I love academia, and I think that it's a gift to the world that it's there. But it's not the only way of being educated, and we don't have the resources to actually proliferate that system so that it can touch everybody the way that Sustainable Development Goal 4 wants it: high quality education for everybody. If we don't have enough teachers and we don't have enough investment in education, that's another discussion, and I think that needs to happen.
Absolutely.
But I think. Yeah, but we also need to change the way that we're assessing and redefine what quality education means.
Absolutely.
That's really what this book is on. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we will get there, and partially we discussed this. I believe the fact that you are lighting that school grading often reflects social advantage is already an important statement, because it directly speaks to the real meaning of assessment.